Hey, I'm your host Ben Jaye, and I welcome you to the Creators Lounge podcast. Every week, I interview a creative mind who operates in the music sphere. We discuss their art, their inspiration, and their process. I want you to hear something of value, something that impacts you. I want you to take what you hear and use it in your daily life to achieve your goals. So listen closely and enjoy the episode. All right, hello everybody. Welcome to the Creators Lounge podcast. I'm really excited about today's episode. The guest is quite interesting. I've known him for a bit. We met through Instagram, and I'm really excited about the projects that he's working on. So let's get into this. My man, what is your name? Where are you from? And what do you do?
Hey, I go as, my name is Boi Drums. That's what I go under, from Los Angeles, California. And, yeah.
All right, man. And what do you do exactly?
I post music for any upcoming lo-fi artists or already established artists onto my page. I just try to help out with promotion and stuff like that to help bring the community more together.
That's fantastic, man. So essentially you're running a YouTube promotion channel for lo-fi specifically, correct?
Yeah, lo-fi, vapor, chill wave. I mean, it's basically all the same a little bit. You know, it's a little different between each genre, but basically the same. So I mainly look for like people with unique sounds, and it gives off like that real chill vibe to, you know, people looking for that type of music promote.
I get it, man. I love that. And those genres, they're really common these days, really popular these days. There's so many good sounds being put out. I want to rewind a little bit and look at your musical background to begin with. So when you were younger, what kind of music were you into?
Growing up, I was into a lot of hip hop. Myself, I am a producer of 10 years. I am a producer. I go have a different alias also. That's why I try to keep everything so discreet. Boi Drums, like I said, is just my lo-fi stuff. So I'm really into hip hop, EDM music. I'm into jazz, piano, just a lot of things that just sound very good.
Love that, man. So you have a pretty varied background, and I'm curious because if you started in hip hop and EDM, when did you kind of discover the lo-fi hip hop scene, the Vaporwave community?
I've actually discovered it, I'd say like 3 years ago. I used to be a big stoner. Used to. I don't smoke anymore. I would just type in like chill beats or, you know, like stuff just to listen to while I'm smoking. And I came across the genre and I fell in love with it. And I noticed it's a lot of people that are into like Japanese or like anime stuff. So it's perfect because like I love that, and like that's the type of style I love. Yeah,
I get it, man. That's really cool. And what were the artists at that time that hit you the most as like, oh, this is dope, or this is something I vibe with? What were the names of the artists if you could remember any?
Actually, I can give off a really good description of how I got into lo-fi and the artist. So it was with the whole smoking thing, but also I remember me and my girlfriend had broke up at the time, and like I was just listening to these. I don't know why, but like I was listening to like nice beats like that, and like those real calm, chill beats, and like I just remember like listening to them all the time, and I would see these pages posting them, and I was like, oh, that's really dope. But a producer that I listened to a lot was Killer B. His name is produced by Killer B, and yeah, I love him.
Killer B is pretty fantastic. He's a great artist, man. He's a great artist for sure. And also as well, like what artists right now do you feel are making a good impact on the scene?
Right now, I would say I like Swum. I mean, everyone likes Swum. Swum is that producer. I like Swum. I like Charlie. Who else do I like? You know, I love Killer B. That's like probably my favorite one. Yeah, so those are like main ones that you can hear me listening to like on the daily.
Gotcha. Swum is really incredible. I feel like he's done so much, and his sound is pretty unique as well. I don't think that you can really tie him down to one genre because he kind of drifts between lo-fi and EDM, and it's all just kind of like you hear it and you're like, oh, that's Swum right there. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, no, definitely. I think that's why I like Swum, because he ties in hip hop and EDM, and like that's what I'm all about. Like I love those two genres, and he's respected in the EDM community also. So, you know, I really dig Swum. Really good producer. You can tell when it's a Swum beat. You know, he, like you said, he has that unique style. So, yeah, he's someone I really like. And and I'd really like to work with also.
100%, man. I guess we would all love to work with Swum. It's like a dream, right?
Yeah. No.
And speaking in that same vein, I guess you would probably want to collaborate with Killer Bee as well, huh?
Oh no, definitely. If you could tell, Killer Bee has his own style. I would say Killer Bee is like Swum is unique, but in a different way. Like look up Killer Bee, you'll see the man's crazy. He ties in a lot of '90s hip hop with lo-fi, which is insane.
100%, man. And real quick, I was curious about your own production. What kind of styles do you produce in?
I produce lo-fi, produce hip hop beats. I produce EDM. Everything, man. I can't name a track that I haven't done yet. House music, everything. I'll probably be on my Sad Boi Drums page once it's like way more established. Right now, we're in the beginning steps. I don't even think we're 1% in Sad Boi Drums, but I would say like once the page is a lot more appreciated and everything like that, I'll probably end up revealing myself also. So you know me and the page, you know?
Incredible, man. Looking forward to it. And let's get into that because that's the meat of what you're doing right now is the Sad Boi channel, Sad Boi Drums. And so let's start from the beginning and like what was like the thing that made you want to start Sad Boi Drums, the music promotion channel?
Just, I've seen these pages. I mean, I've run across all of the pages, you know, just doing my research about them because that's where I started listening to my lo-fi music. And I noticed their way of promotion is just like, here's a song, and that's it. Like, here's a song, goes into it, this artist, that's it. The difference that I do is I like to connect with the artist and I like to connect with the audience. I notice these pages don't connect with the audience. It's just straight promotion. Here's a song, go listen to it. That's it, you know? Like me, I have conversations in my DMs with hundreds of different people talking about different things, you know? So I like to connect with the artist, and I feel like that's the best way, and that's what we need nowadays. Like more connections, not just big sites, big companies just pumping out songs like that. And you know, that's why I started it.
For real, I mean, interaction is such an important thing, and I mean, engagement is also a big thing. And it's easy once you're big to kind of lose like the sense of where you started from or what's actually important, which is the community and the artist.
That's exactly what I was trying to deal with this because I interact with everybody, and anyone that responds for me. So, and I get hundreds of DMs, even though I'm not a big page yet. Like I get a lot of DMs. So, and I'm responding to everybody.
I love that, and I'm curious, how do you handle it all? I mean, if you're getting hundreds of DMs, I mean, how do you keep up with it like every day? You know.
Well, I have my current job is basically produce beats, or office. So I have a lot of time on my hands to, you know, respond to people. It's not like I'm responding to everybody like late night before I go to sleep. I'll respond, or you know, just time out the day just to respond to people. But yeah, I know it is. I see it as like a part-time job already because it's catching up to me already. Like as far as promoting music, merchandise that I want to come out with, and stuff like that. So I see it already as kind of like a job already.
For real, man. For real, it's very important to have that communication going on. And real quick for the audience, because a lot of people who listen to the podcast, they do their own promotion, right? So they're independent artists who do a lot of promotion and have to communicate like you do with the fans. Does it ever get difficult for you to communicate with so many people every day?
Yeah, that sometimes it does, but I just keep telling myself like it's the people that are gonna get me to where I want to be, so I gotta respect them. You know, like I gotta make sure our communication's good and they know that, you know, like I'm being real with them and responding and everything. So yeah, it does get a little hectic, but like I said, I try my best and I make sure everyone gets the response from what they're asking.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. I feel like it would be especially hard for someone who's like an introvert. Do you consider yourself an extrovert or?
Yeah, I consider myself an extrovert. I go to parties or I'll go to places and I have no problem talking in groups and, you know, even being the center of attention at times. I have no issue doing that, or, you know, speeches and stuff like that. Yeah, that's not an issue for me at all.
All right, fantastic, man. And good for you because obviously, for introverts who listen, they could probably not understand that, but I think it's great because it's your internal skill. It's something you're good at, and so you just get to live that every single day. That's what's awesome about it. And in this same vein, I mean, talking to so many people, it feels to me like it would be inevitable that you do not face some kind of hate. Is this true or not?
Oh no, this is funny that you say that. The lo-fi community, I don't know if it's just this community, but there's a lot more haters than lovers, I guess I would say. Yeah, I've gotten countless amount of hate. Yeah, no, it's insane. You would think these type of people that listen to this music are actually chill and like mellow. I mean, which they are, but a lot of them are like in my DMs, like saying crazy stuff, and I respond with like, "Sorry, you think that way," or "Thank you for the comments." I'll give them a mutual response, but
It's unfortunate because I feel like a lot of what we see is always the good side, but it's very true that the dark side does exist to this stuff as well. I want to get down to the root of it, if possible. What do you think is the reason that people react this way and reach out to you with this negativity?
personally, I think is a lot of people in this, not just this community in the world, don't like to see people doing what they like. Like, if you're doing something you like and you're enjoying it, you're gonna have haters because for some reason people just don't like seeing people win. That's what I think, honestly.
Yeah, I get it, man. I feel what you mean. I feel a lot of it must be self-pity as well. Seeing someone else doing what they love, and then maybe that person who's reaching out with the negativity, they're not doing what they love, and they get angry because of the dissonance there, right? The
Yeah, and then a lot of the times it's people that are like sending me like hateful stuff, or people like trying to do the same thing as me, but like on a lower like level. Like I'll look at their content, and it's a very low quality content. Like they're not going the extra mile to make sure that people that are viewing their content are enjoying it. It's usually those type of people.
That's unfortunate as well because I feel like there's so much room for everyone to succeed. There's no reason to have like anger or battling in the scene because, well, we all have YouTube. We all have a fair chance at doing what we love. I don't see the need to reach out with that negativity. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, that I say the same thing. Like you have the exact same tools as I do, so I'm just using my tools to the fullest.
For real, man. How do you deal with that negativity? Does it affect you personally, or does it kind of just slide right off?
Emotionally, it slides right off. Like I don't let it get to me. I don't let it mess up my day. I don't let it mess up what type of things I want to do as far as content. It doesn't slow me down at all. Only thing it does, it just gives me awareness of what I'm doing correctly, and just the type of people that are out there and that I'm not used to. But with anything, like I said, that you're doing correctly, there's gonna be people that are gonna hate. So it just gave me awareness, if anything. Nothing emotional though.
That's massive, man. So it sounds like you handle it really well. In that same vein, I mean, how do you handle stuff that a lot of us go through, things like depression or anxiety? Do you struggle with this kind of stuff?
Yeah, I do. I not really depression, a lot of anxiety. But I don't know. I'm so busy. If I would show you guys like everything I did, you would understand how like I don't even have time to even have anxiety, even though I do have it. But I don't. I'm really busy. I have my hands full with the Sad Boy Drum thing, and I have my hands full with my own music career on the side. So I'm really busy. As far as I'm trying to open up, a store soon also. So I'm really busy. Just keep busy.
Gotcha, man. So you really just keep your head to the grind, just keep doing stuff and don't focus on it, basically.
Exactly. And then when I'm not doing anything and I do have free time, I'm playing Fortnite. I'm playing Red Dead Redemption. I'm just doing normal human things.
Gotcha, man. So it's something you really like to stick to the grind, also stick to a schedule a bit, and that works for you. That's fantastic. What advice would you give to listeners who do struggle with that kind of stuff? Tips on how they can handle it as well.
Find something that you're good at or something that you like, and keep doing it. And like, let's see, I don't know. For me, a schedule. A schedule helps out a lot with people that have mental illness. A schedule, because nothing changes, nothing you're used to it, so you're comfortable. Usually you get anxiety when you're feeling, uncomfortable or in situations you don't want to be in. So, yeah, a schedule helps out a lot. So, like, I already know what time I'm going to post a new song, what I'm going to do this. I have deadlines for this and that. Like, I even have like a mini social blade. Like, okay, I'm supposed to have this many followers by this amount of date and time. Not time, but date and stuff like that. It's just all schedules.
Dude, that's incredible. So, do you do affirmations by chance?
Explain that in a little more detail.
Sure. A lot of people use affirmations such as saying, like, I will lose 30 pounds by this day, or I will achieve this by this time. And you mentioned that you have, like, benchmarks set for yourself in terms of, like, the numbers you want to achieve and stuff like that. So, it sounds like you do a lot of goal planning. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's actually 100% correct. I do that. I didn't know that's what it was called. Yeah, I do that. Like I say, I know I know what I can do and the type of views I'll get by this time. I'll know, like I said, followers by this time. I already know because I've been doing it, and I just know like how things work. I'm really good with marketing and social media stuff like that.
That's crazy, bro. Was it something that you picked up, or do you feel like you're kind of a natural at it?
Both. I feel like I was a natural, but also I did before I started Boi Drums. I was gonna do affiliate marketing. I was gonna get into that, but I didn't like the whole having to talk with different companies and praying that they pick you. So I was like, you know what? I'll do it myself. I already know what to do. I have the tools. I know exactly how to market. I know who to market to and how to market to them. So I was like, yeah, I'll just take everything in my own hands and I'll be my own boss.
Dude, that's really cool, and I want to talk about this for just a minute because it's something that I see a lot of people struggle with. So many people complain that like they're not getting picked up by record labels, or YouTube channels won't promote their music, or they don't have enough fans. And what I'm always telling them is that like you really got to take stuff into your own hands. If you're not doing it, then no one's gonna do it for you. And it just goes for so many things, whether you're launching a Discord or you're launching a podcast or you're doing your own marketing. Talk to the audience a little bit and tell them how you're able to like do it all on your own and like the importance of that, if you could.
So it's super important, I think. For instance, like if you're a really good producer, you can be the best, and this goes for anybody in any type of job field or anything that they're doing. You can be the best at what you do, but no one's ever gonna notice unless you know how to market yourself correctly. For instance, if it's a podcast, you want people to listen, you have to know how to market yourself, because anybody can do a podcast, anybody can start a YouTube channel, anybody can make music. It's not that hard. You have to learn. There's so many sides to things you do. That's why there's always teams. Whenever there's an artist, they always have a team. The artist just focuses on making the music. He has a team to do everything else, from the marketing, the photography, so you have to do all that. You have to think of yourself as a one-man team. Like I'm going to do, for instance, myself. I do the videos. I speak with the artists. I do the songs. I do the marketing. I have the website. Like I'm my own. I'm the graphic designer. I do all of that. So you have to be a one-man team if you want to do it on your own.
Dude, so much truth there just now, mate. So much truth. I want to thank you for speaking that out, because I think a lot of people just don't understand. And like in this world, like, who else can we depend on except for ourselves? It starts with us. Later on, we can kind of build a crew, as we put in the work, but it comes down to it. It's ourselves or nobody, because we gotta make the opportunities for ourselves. So we can't wait for that to come to us. We're waiting for nothing, essentially.
Exactly. There's no that whole it'll come to me one day. I think that's not true. I think you really have to go out there and get it. The thing that helps me is I listen to a lot of entrepreneurs. I listen to a specific entrepreneur named Dan Locke, and I listen to everything he says, and it's just wisdom, like makes you look at things differently. And like besides Boi Drums, I'm a business person too, so I really want to get like, I want to open up like that store. Like I said, I want to do my own podcast, like in the back room, as far as like the No Jumper. I don't know if you're familiar, but they do it in the back. I'm actually pretty cool with No Jumper also, so I know how to do that whole setup. Yeah, like I'm trying to do it all, like go as far as I can and still be that same person that was from the beginning.
That is Fantastic, man, fantastic, and a huge shout out to Dan Loke, because Dan Loke he's a really great mind. He's got so much wisdom and truth, man. It's important to listen to that kind of stuff. Gary Vaynerchuk would be another one. Tom Bilyeu, same as you. I like to listen to a lot of entrepreneurs because they have so much wisdom to share, you know. And it's whoever's taking that wisdom and applying it that's really actually winning out here. So
one thing that helped me with this whole business virtue is specifically what he mentioned was anything like you're never gonna wake up and be like, oh, I'm so excited to be here, or I'm so happy to do what I'm doing. That's a dream. That's never gonna happen. You have to make it happen. And if it's paying the bills or doing it, and you know you're good at it, then make it work. Like that's what I've learned from him.
important stuff, man. Important stuff. And real quick before we move on to the next topic, I was wondering, do you consider yourself a self-motivated person?
Yeah. Like you mean like I motivate myself?
Yeah, basically, man. Or if not, where does your motivation come from to do all the stuff that you do?
I guess I could say I am self-motivated because when I see like the type of interactions and stuff that I get from people, it wouldn't be because I'm doing nothing. It's because I'm actually doing something. So for that to happen, that's motivation alone. For people to be hitting me up like crazy because of certain things, I mean, they wouldn't hit me up if I wasn't doing this, you know? Like there's a reason. So I guess that's motivation in itself.
That's awesome, man. It's true. And you mentioned before about how you're kind of an extrovert, so I think that you are able to gain energy from other people as well. That's what's cool about you, is that your community is, it's kind of feeds you energy and you feed it energy. So it's all like an ecosystem that kind of helps each other out. Let's look at the artwork you use for your channel, man. I've seen you use everything from Dragon Ball Z, Pokemon, you've done some pixel GIFs, you've done Nightmare Before Christmas. How do you choose what art to use for the songs?
That's funny that you mentioned it. Anything I post with the type of pictures I use, it's usually everything that I like. It's funny because people will tell me that it goes very well with the song, and I'm just like, oh, that's cool. That's just what I was thinking that day, you know? Like in my head, I'll play a song that someone sent me, and I'll be like, I don't know, how am I feeling today? And you know, or I'll be watching like an episode of Dragon Ball Z or something, and I'll just throw it on there. I don't know. It all comes natural.
Very organic. Yeah, I feel that, man. A lot of YouTube channels are very highly curated. Like they only stick to showing, you know, like kawaii kind of stuff or more dark stuff. Is there a specific theme that you want to tie your channel down to, or do you want to keep it very loose?
The way it looks, like the type of the type of stuff that I use, I don't care. I want it to be very loose, but the way it looks, like actually looks, like physically, like the color scheme, I try to go for the same type of like darker scheme color. Like I'll edit it to change the color, but as far as like the type of video I make, no, that's all gonna be loose. Like I want like a video to be about cars, or I want a video to be about, I don't know, a sunset, or you know, just that's gonna be loose. That's gonna be loose forever for me because I want you to, when you hear that song with that video, I want you to feel a certain way. I don't want everything to feel the same, you know?
Right, man. So kind of push emotions as well with the music, and that's just what music is. It's about emotion. To be honest, I mean, like, I think everyone knows that anime is very closely connected to the EDM scene on YouTube and the lo-fi scene on YouTube. Do you think that anime artwork is overused?
I think it is, honestly. I'm probably going to be switching a lot of my things soon. I do think anime artwork is overly used and recycled like crazy as far as in the lo-fi community, as I've seen. So that's why I try to go for things that are different. Like I remember I have one video where I posted like a Sin City picture because I love that movie. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be changing it up.
Awesome, man. Yeah. And do you think it's going to happen across the board, or do you think it's going to continue on as far as like using anime as the artwork?
For me or for the community itself?
For the community in general.
I think it'll stay the same because I feel like a lot of the audience is, I feel like a lot of the lo-fi audience is basically people that are like introverts, like you said. Introverts that usually stay home and watch anime or play video games. You know, not really extrovert type people. So I feel like it'll kind of stick around, but you never know, you know? You never know.
Right, man. Can't really tell. Trends are always changing and new stuff's always popping up. For yourself, real quick, since we're talking about anime, how did you get into anime in the first place?
Oh well, growing up as like a kid, I've been a huge fan of Dragon Ball Z, a huge fan. Dragon Ball Z. I was into a lot of Pokemon. My girlfriend right now is huge into anime. She shows me like Akira and all those good anime movies that came out. So I've just it's been over the years, but I myself was into Dragon Ball Z. That's why I don't know if you've noticed, like I have a few Dragon Ball Z videos up.
For sure, man. I noticed that. I always try to jump in and comment because I'm a big fan as well. And it's cool because anime is very universal. It has something that everybody can relate to and everybody can kind of vibe with. Especially for those of us who grew up with it, it's more ingrained into like our kind of culture, and what we relate to and what we want to do. So it's cool to see how much it's affected everybody around the world. And then real quick, you were talking about starting like a store and stuff like that. Previously, you and me had talked a bit about launching a cafe there in Los Angeles. Can we talk about this for a minute?
Yeah. So right now I'm currently doing a giveaway for 2 hats on my page, and those hats are going to be available to the public the day after Thanksgiving, the day after, so Black Friday. That's when they're going to be available. So right now I'm just giving those hats out as like a teaser, so everyone just knows what's coming. But the initial goal is to get some type of merch going because I've been asked that a few times. Like when am I going to start it? When's it going on sale? Stuff like that. And I want to use those type of proceeds to open up a store. I mean, I already have an investor also who wants to help me with it. But yeah, I want to basically open up like a lo-fi cafe in Los Angeles, somewhere where any person can go and feel like they're in like a mini Japan type feel, but with nice lo-fi music playing, a big TV with my channel playing live, like kind of like the YouTube lives, like that, but with my channel basically.
That's super cool, man. And I mean, a lot of people have done that with their YouTube channels already. Stuff like the Jazz Hop Cafe and stuff like that. So to actually have a physical location, I think that would be really incredible. And hopefully get people who want to travel and see it as well if they don't live in the Los Angeles area. What was kind of was there a certain inspiration or certain reason that came to mind that you decided that you wanted to do a cafe that was lo-fi themed?
Yeah, it came to mind because whenever I see things, I always want to push it to its fullest, and I haven't seen that. So if I can do something like that for this type of community, I think that'd be cool. Because I mean, even if you don't know about lo-fi, let's say you come into this cafe, you're going to be in a setting that's very, very calm, chill. You're going to enjoy your, sandwich or coffee or whatever, and it's going to be somewhere where you feel comfortable and welcome. So that's where my idea came about. Because yeah, like I said, I haven't seen anybody do it. So, and I'm always someone that wants to push everything to its full potential.
Super cool, man. All the best of luck with that. And real quick, do you have a name for it yet, or?
No names yet. Definitely gonna use my logo, but I have a few different Boi Drum logos. They're all the same. It's gonna be that same ghost that goes with the drum, but just in different variations. So I don't know, maybe Boy Cafe. It can go so many different ways. I don't know yet.
For sure, man. Just kind of work it out and see some ideas. And you mentioned the logo, so I mean, let's jump into that real quick. How did you choose the name Boi Drums?
Let's see. I don't know. Honestly, it came to my mind one day randomly, like so random. I was like, when I was thinking about, because I was writing everything down in the paper. How am I going to start this? How am I going to do this? It was basically like a plan. And I was like, okay, I need a name. And for the longest, I had no logo. Up until like 200 followers, something like that. But I had no logo or nothing. And I was like, well, if my brand is Boi Drums, I don't know how I came up with that. That literally came to my head. I don't know. Came to my head. And the logo is basically a ghost, like a sad boy, like a dead boy, holding a drum. And lo-fi has very, ambient drums. So I just tied one and one together, and that's how I came about it.
All right, man, that's awesome. It's very organic. It's very free flowing. I like that.
Yeah, everything that I've done, it feels very organic. Like I'm not copying or anything. Like I even post people's music. Like I don't know if you've seen my website, but I have a full website now. Like I'm just everything's organic.
I have, man. I checked it out. I saw it online. Congratulations on that, because I mean, you're taking a lot of important steps. You've got the YouTube, you've got the Instagram, the Twitter, you've got the website. Looking at doing some merchandise now. Yeah, these are all very important things, and so I hope it can continue to grow. Continue to see growth and more people get into the community, because it's a great community and there's a lot of room for growth in it. That being said, do you think that you're gonna stick with like the YouTube channel like long term?
Yeah. So I haven't really like mentioned this, but the main goal, not the main goal, but a goal. So it's the YouTube channel, getting that to where I want it to where I'm able to hire people to manage that for me, manage that stuff. But once I show like myself on the page, and once I'm very established, my goal is to have Boi Drums running, and I'm still there, but like have people like kind of helping me out with it, because it's going to get out of control sooner or later, helping me run it. But I want to like start vlogging my own self and the Boi Drum stuff. So like you'll see, like let's say we're working on the cafe, I'll probably start vlogging like working on the cafe, getting that going, doing videos like that. But for right now, it's just music promotion.
Right, man, I get it. And vlogging is so important. It's such an important step to take. I mean, a lot of the entrepreneurs these days also preach a lot about that, how important it is. Because what I've noticed is that a lot of people like the organic route. Like, they want to see the imperfection. It doesn't have to be perfect anymore. A lot of people, they want to see like the live streams of you making music, or the vlogging of you just living your everyday life. I think it's interesting because as a culture, we really do value like the perfectness of stuff, but these days what's really rising up is the imperfection.
Imperfection, yeah, that's very true. I actually haven't really paid attention to that, but that's very true. The imperfections.
It is. It's pretty cool. It's an interesting time to live in, I think, as well. To be able to live at this time where we can just grab a phone, and film a video, post it, and people actually enjoy it. So it's fun. It's exciting.
That's very true, because what I do, I mean, the gist of what I do, there's a lot of other people doing it. It's just the way I guess I'm doing it is what people like, or I don't know. I don't really know that chemistry yet, but it's so easy nowadays. You have the tools right in front of you.
You do, man, and it's whoever's using the tools to the best of their abilities that are really making the impact, for real, man, for real. Do you have any estimated time dates for the cafe, like within the next year, you think, or do you think it's more like a 2-year project?
Not yet. Like I said, I haven't even sold merch yet, and I have people that want it. I want to see how good that goes, and how bigger I get, and because I'm pretty sure people think like, oh, I'm selling this merch and money's going straight to my pocket, and I'm gonna go buy me a brand new car or something. No, that's not the case. Like, I'm trying to save this, put it back into what I'm trying to do, because that's the main goal.
For real, man, for real. And another thing I want to touch on real quick is that you sound like an action person, like a doing person, right? Because that's what's important. And a lot of people have the ideas. A lot of people start to work on ideas, but they don't actually put it into reality. They don't actually put in the action, that takes to manifest this stuff. How do you stay active?
The reason why I have like the ability to say and actually do what I'm saying is because I've been doing what I'm doing now, like music and all that stuff, for years and years and years and years, since I was like 15 years old or so. So I've trialed and error hundreds and hundreds of times. So I already, not saying I'm a professional or an expert on what I know and what I'm doing, but I know what to do now and how to do it, basically. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a lot of trial and error. That's why I'm so confident now in what I'm doing, or what I'm going to do.
Love that, man. And that's really what it is. I mean, success is a series of trials and errors, and learning from it. How do you, I'm kind of curious about this. You said you've tried and failed so many times, yet you've continued to keep growing and keep going. Is there a specific reason for this? Do you think it was your childhood, or do you think it's something that you were influenced by?
I think it's the type of person I am. Um, because I also used to be a professional gamer. Um, it's just the person I am. I need to, when I'm doing something, whether it be anything, I have to do it the best in my own eyes. Like I have to. I think it comes with uh like I have a lot of integrity, so I have to do it. Like it's something that'll bug me. Like this whole trial and error thing, I've been doing it for so long, so many years, and it's like I haven't gotten anywhere, but keep trying, keep doing it. Like there's just something that keeps telling me to keep trying, keep doing it. And what's exciting is like after so many trial and errors, I'm actually seeing results, like great results now. So it's just like finally, it's kind of like a pat on the back, or like like something off your chest. Like finally, like it's working.
Fantastic, man. Fantastic. Yeah, keep it up. I mean, don't give up, right? That's what we've learned is to be successful, you just can't give up. You got to keep readjusting, keep learning, and keep applying. That's really what it all comes down to.
And I think people quit on that type of stuff very fast, very easy, because they're expecting instant results. Like if you take a look at my Boi Drums page, I've been doing it since July 31st of this year, and look at the growth I am already.
For real, man. Yeah, I've noticed that with a lot of YouTube channels that some of them they give up quite easily. Other ones, like they wait and it really pays off long term. I talked to one guy. First year he was doing his YouTube, he got like maybe 500, and now 7 years later he's reached 40K. So it's a time game, man. You got to put in the work, got to put in the time, and then you'll see the results for sure.
Yeah, that's something that a lot of people don't want to do. So it's really the ones that stick it through that will make something happen.
Fantastic, man. Fantastic. Is there any general advice you could give to the audience on ways to keep that motivation, on ways to not give up?
How I see it, ways to not give up, and like that type to keep that motivation, I would say just look at people that are doing the same thing you are, that are up there, and just see, because for instance, like music, you want to not imitate, but you want to like see how they did it, and you want to kind of like go the same route but different at the same time, if that makes sense. So how I do it, I just look at other people that are doing the same thing as me but differently, but they've made it. So I don't know, I guess just looking at other people, just seeing how they're doing it and how it's working out for them, I guess.
I definitely agree, man. It's about influence, right? It's about the influences that you're around and things you're seeing. Inevitably, if you're looking at people, who are not doing what you want to be doing, then you're going to kind of be distracted from your path. A common thing that is said in like the self-improvement community is that you are the sum total of your 5 closest friends, and essentially just saying, that you become like who you hang out with. Have you experienced this in your own life, and how do you kind of practice this?
Actually, I have experienced this in my own life. Growing up, I'm pretty sure if I would have not have experienced this, or I have not had to go through this, pretty sure I'd be a little further than where I am right now, because I had a lot of setbacks because of the people I was hanging out with before. A lot of people that are just into drugs or into things that weren't actually correct or good, that I had to learn as a human, just learning up and growing up as a person. But I'm glad I did go through it, because now it helped me so I don't get into that now. It sucked to get into drugs and stuff, or messing around, hanging around with the wrong people at like a later age in your life, because that's when you need to be, in a sense, grinding, and
Right, man. No, it makes sense, and I mean, I respect you that you were able to rise above that, but I'm curious as well. How did you realize that you needed to get away from those people, get away from that influence?
Well, I mean, I'm in love with producing music, and I want to be a producer, EDM producer, hip hop. I want to be a big one. So if I'm stuck, getting high all day, I'm not really doing anything productive. So it's just the eye opener for me. So it's like, wait, I'm sitting here watching TV, but I'm high and I'm not really using my time to use. So that was an eye opener for me.
Productivity. And I think the thing that I noticed is that I feel like you have internal drive, right? Like your passion was music, and that passion for music was greater than wanting to get high or to sit around all day. And I think that's important, is to know yourself and to know what you're passionate about, because you can use that as a tool to overcome the things that hold you back. Real quick for the audience, is there any tips you have for them on how to get out of bad friend circles or negative influences?
I would just say for just to really pay attention on, who's around you, and just really think, is this what you want to waste your time on? Because, you're not here for a long time. So just really, I don't know, pay attention to yourself and the people around you, and just really think about, is that what you want to be doing? Or would you rather be putting your time to use and doing something that can help you? It's either do something that helps you or do something that tears you down.
Exactly, man. So you got to analyze. Time is an investment. So how we spend our time is, that's what we're getting out of it. So
I think that's the ultimate investment, which is time.
That's very true. Very true. We want to make the best time investment, because we can't get time back, right? That's the key thing here. We can get our money back, we can get new friends. We can't get our time back. So once it's spent, it's spent. That's very true, man. Very, very true. All right, my man. We had a great conversation today. I like the stuff we touched on. With all of the guests, I always end with a quick fire question round. Just like quick questions, give a quick response. All right, you good?
Okay. Yeah, I'm good.
All right, man, let's go. Here we go. 3, 2, and 1. What is your favorite food?
Sushi.
What is your favorite weekend activity?
Beach.
What is your favorite color?
Red.
What countries do you want to visit?
Japan.
What languages do you speak?
English and Spanish.
And finally, what is your favorite social media?
Twitter.
All right, my man, we're good. Everybody, this is Sad Boi Drums. He runs a YouTube promotion channel. He's also got a lot of other projects lined up. So I want you guys to subscribe to him, follow him, keep an eye on him as he continues to grow and blow up. Sad Boi, thank you for coming on the show. Is there any last words you want to say?
Thanks for having me. Appreciate the podcast, and if we could do one, maybe we could do maybe a milestone, and see if we could do one later in the future. Maybe see where else I am at in my path.
Hit me up, man. We'll stay in touch. We'll definitely do that, guys. I encourage you to follow him, stay plugged in, because good things are coming. Thank you for listening. We will talk to you later, and goodbye.